Now we're firing up the Magnavox Odyssey 2 and playing Killer Bees. Philips/Magnavox, 1983. On the box of the American edition of this game, the title is followed by an exclamation point, which is obviously intended to fill onlookers with alarm and make them run away screaming. Perhaps this curious marketing decision partly explains Magnavox's low sales at the time. Good, more cartridges for us. We're not afraid. Killer Bees feels good to play. It's viscerally transfixing, and in spite of the title, it's devoid of bugs. It uses the strengths of the console, rather than having been designed separately and then forced around the weaknesses. The limitations aren't fought. They form the very playing style, and the result is a fast, well-balanced battle between bees, other bees, and people with toilet seats for heads. The Odyssey 2 was called the Video Pack in Europe and a couple of other places. There's no exclamation point on the non-American box. I guess I didn't feel one was needed. It was enough to simply declare Killer Bees. It's merely observational. People can take action as they see fit. There's surely no need to panic about mere insects if some actual wars have taken place in your neighborhood. There's no punctuation on the title screen either, and this is what I always go by, the intention of the programmer. Of course, the name was simply preferable to Killer Pixels, and the swarms of enemy pixels will kill yours indeed. They'll kill him dead. If you let them, but you can kill them back. This is a strength I look for in any game with killer things in it. As with most O2 games, no other versions were made. As you might be able to tell by now, I like to feature games that are unique to their platforms, provided that they're also favorites of mine. This Robert Harris creation is unique in many other ways as well. I've never played anything else quite like it. And if you're expecting honey, you're in for a surprise. Utterly notwithstanding its infrequent firepower, this is a furious action game that eases you into the overall mechanism and then encourages your unfaltering attention. Your white swarm of mighty pixels is slowly diminished whenever the evil green swarm touches it, so you want to avoid that bustling splotch of mucus as you pursue and gradually sting to death the unfortunate chaps with the toilet seat heads. Each of these steadily slows as you make contact. He's finally replaced with a gravestone, which is rather thoughtful of somebody. I'd hate to have that job. Running out there every time some dope drops over and hastily digging a grave wouldn't be as much fun as doing the actual killing. A beekeeper's life is a hard one. Maybe that's the second player's role in the hidden cooperative variation. You can just hear the arguments. You be the grave digger. I played him last time. The tombstones serve as obstacles. They don't obstruct either kind of bee, but rather your disturbingly shaped victims, whose roots around the screen are thus contracted. Since the various beings in Gameland aren't religious, each headstone merely contains a pixel, which is entirely fitting for a dead graphic. I'm not sure what these people did to deserve to be stung to death, but considering their heads, worse things could certainly happen to them. If you've crippled one and then broken contact, he'll slowly recover until he's back up to speed. They all accelerate throughout each wave anyway, as it begins to occur to them, hey, these nutty bees are trying to kill us. The quickening can make for a comically frantic chase around the playfield when the wave is almost over, especially if the toilet heads and your pixels have each been reduced to 1. You often have to be particularly careful just before flushing that last guy. The requirement to avoid contact with the green bees doesn't preclude your ability to take them out. Yours are the even more immediately killing type, as 2 blinking red guns, or perhaps armed breakout bricks, appear along the side borders when you have forever halted one of your prey. These follow your Y position, so you can line them up and zap the snot bees with ease. The multi-language version of the manual calls this screen-crossing blast the Stingray. Clever, right? At first, only 2 enemy swarms can coexist. These eventually become 3. The green bees move around randomly, but the succeeding blue ones attempt to protect the toilet heads. They're replaced much later by red bees, the sharpest-witted. It actually occurs to them that it might be beneficial to chase you. More than one swarm can be exterminated with each stingray. Wiping out 2 or 3 at a time is quite satisfying, and in later, more frenzied waves, it can even cause you to start talking to the screen. Now you're dead, ain't you? Oh wait, you can't hear me. You're dead. There's always time for evil laughs in video games. Typically, for an O2 game, this one grants you a single life. Your swarm of 12 bees makes this more reasonable than usual, however. And no matter how many you've lost, you begin each wave fully pixelated. If you're interested in maximizing your score, kill only 1 toilet head at a time, as this always recharges the stingray. You can fry the present enemy bees before slaying another hapless victim. You see, killing 2 toilet heads in a row wastes a firing opportunity in between. More to the point, this improves your chances for survival, as the replacement swarms start off harmlessly in the cubbies surrounding the playfield. They take a second to emerge and fly around, so you can blast them before they even leave home. That's how tough you are. Come on, don't be modest. You know it's true. Hey, I can relate. Admittedly, this only applies to the side homes. The gun bricks don't reach the penthouse at the top. Once you've eliminated all the toilet heads, you still have a second or two to zap any rival bees that remain on the playfield. Then the CPU realizes that the wave has ended and moves you along. The game entails some fairly complicated scoring. At the end of each wave, you receive a bonus for the amount of remaining pixels in your swarm, multiplied by the wave number, minus the stripes on each enemy bee you've killed, divided by the amount of letters in your mother's maiden name. I'm exaggerating, but not as much as you might think. Killer Bees is an imaginative and riveting game, smooth and speedy and floaty. It's fun to track one of the unlucky bipeds and just stay on him till he's dead. Now, I expect some congratulations for resisting the temptation to use the word beeline anywhere in this chapter. Oops. We'll begin next time on the Mattel and Television with Dracula.